How are you all? I hope you all are fine, safe, and healthy at home. I am Miss Gloria, a teacher of St. Paul High School, and I am
Value Education teacher for Standard 3rd. In today's class, we are going to learn the topic that is importance of time. Children, the story is about a beautiful little family who lived in a village in Satara. The family consisted of 4 people, that is Mama, Dada, brother and sister. They lived very happily. But there was a small little problem in this family. Let us look what is the problem in this family through this story. Children, you need to look at the screen and pay attention as I read out the story to you. Let us begin with the story, my dear children. Once there lived a family of 4: mom, dad, brother Guddu, sister Guddi. Guddi and Guddu were school going children. Guddi was a very hard working girl, but Guddu was very lazy. Guddi and Guddu's exams were approaching near, that is on 19th of October. Guddi always used to do her work on time. Knowing that 19th October was their exams and only few weeks left, Guddi began to study very hard. Guddu was not interested in studying and used to always leave his work for the last day or last minute. Even though exams were near, Guddu did not start studying but wanted to play out with his friends. Guddu's parents warned Guddu, "Please study as your exams are near and don't go out to play now." But Guddu never listened to his parents. My dear children, sometimes we face the situations in some people's family or in our own house also that one of the sibling likes to study and always completes his work on time, but one of the sibling is lazy and leaves his or her work for the last minute or last day. Even though their parents warn them, "No, don't leave this work for the last minute, complete your work on time." But they don't pay attention, they don't listen to their parents and do what makes them happy only. Let us see what happens further. Now, children, Guddi, being a good and a hard-working child, she started preparing for her exams and learning all the chapters that were there for her exams. She also started completing her projects that the teacher had asked her to submit before exams. Guddu comes near his sister, Guddi, and tells her, "Guddi, you are still with your books and project? How much will you study now? Come, let's go out to play, and also let's eat our lunch together." Guddi responds, "Wait, my brother, I need to complete my project before our exams, or teacher will scold me because there is marks for our project." Guddu began laughing and he went out to play. Guddi was a very hard-working girl. She knew how to utilize her time properly, while Guddu was very careless and never utilized his time properly. He always wanted to play, watch TV, and leave today's work for the last minute. Guddi again comes to Guddu and asked him, "Did you complete your project that the teacher had asked you to submit before your exams?" Guddu responds and tells his sister, "Why so soon? There is still a lot of time for our exams, and also I will complete my project one day before the submission date. I will complete the entire project. I'll sit one day prior and I'll complete the entire project. For now, let me play, no Guddi." Guddi, being the elder sister, wanted Guddu to not waste his time because time is very precious, my dear children. Guddu still did not pay attention to his sister's words. He just told his sister, "There is still time. For now, my dear sister, let me just play and enjoy myself. One day before the exam, I will complete my project and I will also study for my exam." Guddi and Guddu's parents also warned Guddu, "Please don't waste your time, my son, and study. This time is very precious." His parents also gave an example about Guddi. "Just see how she studies and does not waste her time. She works hard and also playing time she plays and does not waste her time. Guddu's mother, too, with all the love and care, tries explaining to Guddu. She tells him, "My child, I know you love to play, but now it's your exam time, so you need to study now and don't waste your time." But still, Guddu does not listen to his parents and responds back, saying, "Mom, still one day left for exam. I will come home and then start studying." Guddu still ignores his parents' advice and goes out with his friends to play. Guddu also tells his parents that if I don't play, I won't be able to study too. Guddu's father is worried about Guddu because he is still not trying to understand the importance and value of time. Guddu's father is worried for Guddu because he leaves his studies or other work for the last minute. Guddu, enjoying playing outside, suddenly comes near Guddi, his sister, who is busy studying. He tells her, "See, the weather is so beautiful and pleasant outside. It will be fun to play in this weather." Guddi responds back saying, "No, brother. Tomorrow is our exams and I need to study hard. I need to get good marks too. You two come inside to study. The weather looks beautiful. It looks like it's going to rain very heavily." Guddu laughs at his sister and says, "Okay, you study and I'm going to continue playing with my friends as they are waiting for me." After some time, it started raining very heavily. The breeze started blowing and it looked as if there was a storm. It started lightning and thundering too. Guddi gets frightened because in the village area, whenever it rains heavily, there is power cut. Guddi shouts loudly at Guddu, "Come inside soon, it's raining. The power may get cut, and then what will you study and write in your exams?" Guddu responds, "I will study in the evening, and by night I will complete everything." But then it started raining even more heavily. Now Guddu gets worried and runs home. But before he could reach home, the electricity went off. Guddi was now even more frightened and worried for Guddu. Guddu reaches home and there is no electricity in his house, and also the entire village had a power cut. Guddu now began to cry loudly, saying, "Now what am I supposed to study? How am I supposed to study? There is no electricity and I have not studied a single word or chapter." Guddi and also their parents responds back, saying, "We told you before, don't waste your time and study. You never listened to us. We gave you a lot of warning." Guddu was continuously crying loudly and also was telling his sister and parents, "I am sorry. I should have listened to you all. I was being careless and leaving my work for the last minute." This made Guddu realize why they all used to tell him to study and not waste his time. But time waits for no one. Time once lost can never be found. Guddi tells Guddu, "See, I studied and did not waste my time, and I am now prepared for my exams." Guddu could not stop crying and also did not get a chance to study. The next day was the day for the exam. Both brother and sister get ready and go to school to appear for their exams. In the examination hall, Guddi was able to answer to all the questions. But Guddu was sitting blank for the entire paper, for he did not study anything. The teacher comes near Guddu and she also asked him, "What happened, Guddu? You seem to be very upset and not able to answer a single word in your paper." Guddu cries again and tells his teacher the entire story, what happened. The teacher responds back, "Yes, my dear child, your parents were right. Time is very precious, and if we waste time, we will lose everything. If you manage your time in a proper way, then everything will go systematically, and you will not have to worry. My dear child, this is a lesson for you. Now, don't repeat the same mistake, and next time when your parents tell you anything, you need to listen and obey to them too." My dear children, this story has taught us how important time is, and if we waste our time, we lose everything. Now, How good too. He started wasting his time, and there was the consequences of that. That is, he was not able to write anything for his exams. Even his parents and his teacher said the same thing, that you don't have to waste your time, for time is very precious. My dear children, it's not only with Guddu, but at times it happens with us as well. We take things too lightly. We don't study for our exams. Our teacher is teaching us, our tuition teachers are teaching us, our parents are teaching us, but we are least bothered about it. But one day before our exam, we tend to start studying, and we try to study everything together. And when we come for our exam, there is nothing we remember. Why? Because we waited till the last minute to study. And my dear children, if you wait till the last minute to study, and on the day of your exam, you will not remember everything. That's why your teacher, your parents, everyone keep on telling you. Whenever the teacher is teaching you, explaining it to you, try to study on the same day. So on the day of your exam, you are just relaxed. You have to only open your book and do the revision of what has taught. My dear children, even now during online classes, just because we are sitting at home, we should not waste our time thinking teacher will not take our exam, teacher is not going to check our books. My dear children, you have to study. Whether it's in your school or whether it is home, you have to still continue studying and also try to understand what the teacher has taught you. My dear children, also we like to tell you that you don't have to disturb your teacher as well during the online classes. The teacher has prepared herself well in advance that in this period of time she is going to teach so much. But then, if you keep on disturbing her, you keep on talking in between, her entire time is wasted, my dear children, in making you all quiet. And what she has to teach is remaining back. Then again, she lags behind in her portion. Then again, it is a trouble for her and for you all also, because then the teacher has to rush with her portion. My dear children, it's my humble request to you also that even though you're studying at home, you don't have to trouble your teacher, for that time is precious for her and for you too. My dear children, I hope this story has made us realize something, that is, we don't need to waste time. We should plan everything in a proper way, in a proper time. So everything in each day of our life will go systematically. You don't have to worry, neither your parents or neither your teacher. My dear children, it's also with you when it comes to completing your notes. Try your best that when the teacher is giving you something, complete at that time only. Don't wait for the next day or the next minute. It is a trouble for your parents as well. For the last minute, when your work is not completed, you are worried, and when you are worried, your parents are worried as well. My dear children, remember this story wherever you are, that time is very precious, and time once lost can never be found. So make use and utilize your time properly and in a systematic way.